everybody, welcome back to Fonz Talks Jersey. It is I, Fonz the Falcon, Jersey connoisseur here in the wonderful world of YouTube. Yes, back again in the studio again. Thank you so much for checking another video on this channel. Thank you guys for, sticking around with everything. We got a lot of stuff coming on the next couple weeks heading into 2026. Overall, a great year. But listen, it's Wednesday during the NFL season. You guys know what's coming here. But if you aren't aware, let me tell you, if you're new to the channel, by the way, welcome. Every week after the games are all done, I go back and I look at the best uniform matchups, not the actual gameplay, because we don't care about that on the channel, just which is the best matchups uniform-wise. And it's from the helmets down to the socks. Again, if you're new here, that's just what it's all about, but if you've been checking this out for a while, you know how this goes. Now, for week 14, not a lot of alternates or craziness going on. Here's the quick stats here. Two teams did an alternate helmet jersey kind of combination, while one team only did a throwback set. Unlike last week where we had a lot going on, this week was a little bit more low-key. But just because we didn't have any alternates or throwbacks doesn't mean that we had some good classic uniform, which is nice to have, kind of a nice filler here where some weeks where it's just some nice classic road uniform sets. But enough jibber jabber, let's get into it. Here is the top 5 uniform matchups from week 14 of the NFL season, but let's start off here with this honorable mention as per usual. And this honorable mention for this week was the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. Titans, surprisingly, their first appearance on this list, going with the navy helmet, white jersey, white pants, and the white socks. The Browns, their third appearance this season. It's the third time in the Alpha Dog set. And look, I'll start off here with the Tennessee Titans here. I think it's time for them to get a uniform change here. This could work occasionally on some weeks, but again, this is the case where this week the all-white look just wasn't feeling it. If they did the powder blue pants, it'd be a little bit different here, but that helmet, they got to go back to the white helmet here, or even like a powder blue helmet here. They just got to change it up here because I think it's getting a little bit boring. And for the Cleveland Browns, look, the Alpha Dog set as a whole, I've said this before, I'm not a fan of. The brown helmet does look good, and the old Color Rush uniform they had with it would look good by itself with the orange helmet, which you've seen in the past. And I think this is the case where if the Browns had the classic regular brown uniform they have, or like the white road look, that helmet would look a little bit better, but for some reason, this doesn't go well together. And it stinks because I feel like it really could look good against other teams. I guess for the 3 times they've been, it hasn't looked good against these other teams. But again, I have some potential. Maybe this Alpha Dog set will eventually grow on me down the line here. Even if they just change the pants or the socks here, it's just there's something missing. They got to change up a little bit here because there is some sort of potential. But let's get into the actual top 5 itself. Number 5, we're going to go with the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Texans, their 5th appearance this season, went with the deep steel blue helmet, white jersey, and the deep steel blue pants and socks. While the Kansas City Chiefs, their 7th appearance this season, again, no changes, no alterations, their standard home look. Red helmet, red jersey, white pants, and red socks. And this is where I didn't find myself thinking it was going to look good on paper, but once I saw it on the field, I gotta say it actually looked a lot better and definitely exceeded my expectations. This wouldn't even been in the top 5, honestly, if I first looked at the overall grid itself, on paper, online. But once I saw it, I was like, wow, this looks really good. The helmet match was pretty sharp, jersey match was good. Even the pants and socks, overall, with the darker colors for the Texans and the bright for the Chiefs, this actually looked a lot better than I expected. It's weird for me to say, but the more and more I kind of like that Chiefs helmet. It's like a classic look here with the Arrowhead KC with the red shell. It does look good. And what I want to say with the Texans uniforms, overall, been some pretty solid stuff for them. Number 4, we're going to go with the Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers. The Bears, their 2nd appearance this season, they don't do any alternates this year. The standard road look of the navy helmet, white jersey, navy pants, and the white socks. Packers, their 6th appearance. Another team that does not a lot of alterations. The standard home look of the yellow helmet, green jersey, yellow pants, and the green socks. Talk about a very classic uniform matchup. Very old school here between these two teams. The helmet matchup, you can't go wrong with the jersey matchup. Very good. Overall, this was a very classic set. I'm on the fence with the Bears. I feel like sometimes I like the uniform, sometimes I don't, depending on who they play against. This is the case here with the Packers, where another one where it has to be on who they play here. I guess it's an interdivisional rivalry, old school matchup here. I found myself liking this a lot more. Not much to say with it because, again, it is a very classic look. Number 3, we're going to go with the Dallas Cowboys and Detroit Lions. Cowboys, their 6th appearance this season, went with the silver helmet, navy jersey, their road look, that is a color uniform, silver pants, and the navy socks. Lions, their 7th appearance this season, went with the silver helmet, white jersey, white pants, and white socks. I think the Cowboys is in that conversation where all the uniforms are very good in their own right here. I wish they would wear this navy jersey a little bit more because I find myself actually liking it a lot more. And it goes really well with the helmet, the socks, and that whole pants setup, that whole road look that looks like a regular home uniform for any other team. It does look good. And look, you know me with the Lions. I love the Lions uniforms. That helmet is really sharp with the blue popping on the face mask and logo. Jersey's nice. Pants and socks are nice. There's going to be a point where I think the Lions should change up the all-white look and maybe not use it as much here. I kind of wish they did the gray pants or even like the blue pants or something. I would want to see how that looks. But again, it is a bright with the blue accents kind of popping here nicely. Overall, it's a really cool kind of old school sort of matchup with a little modern vibes to it. Mainly because of the Cowboys old school uniform with the Lions new era uniforms now. Number 2, we're going to go with the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Saints, their 4th appearance this season with the gold helmet, white jersey, gold pants, and the black socks. Very rare combination they do. Buccaneers, their 8th appearance this season, the pewter helmet, red jersey, pewter pants, and black socks. I've said this before about the Buccaneers. You know how I feel. I love those red jerseys. They're really sharp here. And the pewter here, a color you wouldn't think would go well, actually looks really good here in this combination here. I love how they do the black socks here. Again, something different here with like the ABAC uniform combination here. And with the Saints, I'm really glad they did the gold pants here, the ABAC. Like another thing kind of with the Buccaneers, 3 different colors that actually match well together. I would prefer for the road look, the Saints do gold pants with the white jersey and the gold helmet here. I'm glad they didn't do the white socks. I feel like that would have been a very, very too light. They added the black socks here, which makes a huge difference. But the number 1 uniform matchup from week 14 of the 2025 NFL season, it is the Indianapolis Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts finally make their appearance, their debut on this page here for this season with the all-white look, the white jersey, white helmet, white pants, and socks. The Jaguars, their 6th appearance this year, the 3rd time wearing the 1995 to 2008 Prowler throwback set. What more can I say about these Prowler uniforms? I've said this before in past videos. I love these throwbacks so much. And it's the case again where I say I don't think a lot of teams should do throwbacks as a permanent here. The Prowler ones is one of the case for the few teams, that and the Seahawks, where I'd be okay if these were the permanent uniforms. And it really went well against the Colts uniforms. Now, the Colts uniforms, I'm on the fence about. I get they are a classic look, but it has to really depend on who they play up against here. And this is the case where that white helmet and the all-white look really went nicely here, blended well with the teal Jaguars black helmets, jersey, and everything too. Overall, this is a very solid uniform matchup and a very old school vibe too. And that is my top 5 uniform matchups from week 14 of the 2025 NFL season. Let me know down below which one was your favorite of the bunch. Did I get one too high, too low? Should DM be a number 1? Should 1 be a 5? Should 2 not be on here? Again, let me down below what was your favorite matchup. And as per usual, you can definitely follow Fonz Talk Jersey. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Tell a friend, tell a couple friends. Follow the Instagram page at Fonz Talk Jersey for some Instagram exclusive stuff on there. We got a lot of good stuff, some player jersey history, some collection stuff, some general discussions back and forth. Definitely want to follow that page. You can follow my other YouTube channel at Fonz the Falco, where some non-jersey related stuff is on there too. We're going to be putting up a lot more content on there and also something coming up in the coming weeks there. Definitely want to subscribe to that and definitely support your boy. Subscribe to my TikTok page and Instagram at Fonz the Falco. Links for all that is down below as per usual. Thank you guys so much for checking out another video on this page too. Definitely in the coming weeks, you're going to be seeing a lot more content on here, so definitely stay tuned for that. Have a good day, good night, good evening, whenever you're watching said video, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.